So Grand Rising, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So this is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. So if you order with us, that's where you're going to be getting your stuff from the East Coast. If it's your first time coming on here, do me a favor, double tap that screen and drop your city and state. That's for everybody, right? Drop a number one if it's your first time, though. Drop a number one if it's your first time seeing us live. Type your city and state. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from. We don't have a lot to talk about today, but we are packing orders. So it seems to be that's something that's kind of popular, I guess, in this social content creation space. So everything is content. So we packing some orders. Thursday, which was yesterday, is one of our biggest sales days because we have $1 screen print transfer Thursday. And if you missed $1 screen print transfer Thursday, don't worry about it, okay? Maybe your funds weren't right. Maybe you didn't have the time to go ahead and shop because you were at work, taking care of some errands, whatever the case may be. Don't worry about it because our $1 screen print transfers, the screen print transfers, are on sale every day for 25%. So on Thursday, you get to get them. On Thursday, you get to get them for 75% off. But every other day, or if you decide to order a minimum below the minimum, then guess what? You get to get them for 25% off. Juanita, I've been meaning to mention you. I was talking to my wife about you, and we really appreciate the business that you've done with us. You've been doing a lot of business with us, especially with these fans. So we appreciate you. We love returning customers. Hopefully, we're standing up to living up to our standards. So we thank you for jumping on and always coming on and supporting. I hadn't mentioned you before, but I've been meaning to, and I want to give you that just due. So we appreciate you shopping with us. You could have been getting your fans from anywhere else, but you decided to get them with us, and we appreciate that. So thank you. So yeah, so it's the day after. It's the day after $1 screen print transfer Thursday, and we packing orders. Okay, so if my back is turned to you, it's not out of a form of disrespect, but it is out of a form of we got to get these orders packed. So that's that. People ordered their stuff and they want it. So if you have never shopped with us before, make sure you check us out. Our website is theblankspot.com. And I usually have my little placard. Let me see if I can find it. It's around here somewhere. I take that thing and I just throw it somewhere. Don't ask me where it's at. I'll find it later on. But it's theblankspot.com. That's THEBLANKSSPOT.com. If you're on TikTok, you can go ahead to our link in the description. You can find it there. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can find it just by simply Googling us. Anybody can find it by Googling us. It is The Blank Spot. So, like I said, we're packing orders the day after. This is the day after. This is the day after. Yeah. Okay, so He Who Finds is right here. That was 2.
Okay. These extra right here.
He Who Finds right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think it's the husband one.
You got to open your,
I am. Just give me two of each.
You see on that one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Those are over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm the husband.
Uh-huh.
We got a pretty good system over here, y'all. Anyway, thank you. So I pull the transfers, she check them, or vice versa, and we always like kind of double tapping. So, my opinion. So yeah, man. So we're packing orders. Hopefully you guys are doing well on the day. What y'all got going on, man? What I'm gonna be doing is using this as content later on to get some more views because there are lots of people who want to see what we got going on and not quite sure how to shop with us. So if you not shop with us, I need to find my little. Let me find my little thingy, man, because I just need to. Here it is, right here. Yeah. So if you haven't shopped with us before, once again, it's theblankspot.com. We got people on TikTok just hanging out. Y'all ain't really liking the video. That's cool. I'm going to talk to these people over here on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, Miss Fleming, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. So we got a couple of people on here. If you haven't done so, drop your city and state, double tap the screen. Let me know where you're tuning in from. What I've noticed, this is what I've noticed, and I'm not a crafter, but what I've noticed, especially on TikTok, people are looking for you to tap dance. They're looking for you to break dance. They're looking for you to stand up on the table and do tricks and flips like a dog. But that ain't going to be us on here. So what we're doing is we packing some orders. Hopefully you get something out of that. We packing some orders today. And I could be packing your order. So what I miss? Oh, I could be packing your order. So that being said, drop that city and state. Let me know where you are tuning in from. This is the Blank Spot, y'all. So like I said, the day after, which is Friday, it's like Thursday's like our biggest day because we have so many sales. People are taking advantage of the screen print transfers. And I noticed that there's a lot of people who have still not used screen print transfers. I don't know what you guys are doing out there, what your customers or your audience is looking for. I don't know what you're kind of hanging around doing, but I noticed that these screen print transfers are timeless, man. They're not going anywhere. And it took me a while to get involved and to start doing them because I just didn't. It didn't gel with me well. I had a bad experience with screen print transfers. I don't know if it's because I didn't press them correctly. The ones that I had, I don't know if they were an old batch. I don't know what the case was, but I had a bad taste in my mouth. And for a while, my wife was trying to get me to do them, get us involved. And I just really wasn't feeling it. I don't think she was either. But one thing I learned, and that's with anything that you do, you have to do your homework. You got to do your homework. The homework about it is, especially if you're going to be selling it. And I know there's a lot of people. Hey, Carol, thanks for jumping on out of Weaver, Alabama. And Carla, how you doing out of Maryland? So what I've learned, and my wife has shown me this, is that you have to do your homework. You got to do research. You cannot be so quick to just jump out there and put something on the market. Now, we do a little bit different things than a lot of other people. A lot of people see us on here, specifically crafters, and they see us making stuff and they think that, okay, they're crafting. But no, we're not. We're suppliers. And that's going to be very important throughout the conversation to understand that we are suppliers and we're able to supply items to you. If you are a crafter or if you are a business owner making apparel, t-shirts, whatever the case may be, you're going to need some quality stuff. Zebra, it's been a minute. Grand Rising, thanks for jumping on. Let me see. Mango Kid says screen printing transfer like hot peel. Yes, absolutely. The hot peel. Pretty much 7-second transfers. So we're gonna play a huge part in your operation because of the simple fact that a lot of people are not going to want to purchase a lot of the same transfers. And when I say a lot, I'm talking about 75, 100. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that, but they don't realize that, hey, yeah, you can get these transfers for less than what we're selling them for, but you gotta stick to, you're gonna have to buy a whole bunch of them. And a lot of people don't have the customer base to move those transfers. So we introduce those inexpensive transfers so you can be able to shop so you can be able to shop and build your t-shirt business. Okay, big boy, what's going on, man? So we are suppliers, and that's different from what you think you see us may see us doing. You may see us out there. You may see us out there pressing some t-shirts like I was doing yesterday. But the whole purpose of pressing the t-shirts was to show people just how easy it is to use these transfers that we're selling. The one thing that I emphasize and I keep on stressing is that we are not crafters. Okay, nothing wrong with somebody being a crafter. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, do that. You know what I'm saying? If it turns you on, and to make you excited to be a crafter, by all means. But what we want to do is we want to address the people who are currently crafting and the ones who want to start making money by doing apparel, and how easy it is to take just a regular transfer, a easy to press screen print transfer, and turn it into money. Same thing with our sublimation transfers. Sublimation is a science, and a lot of people will not deal with sublimation because it requires a little bit of education. Who want to talk about that one? It requires a little bit of education. And to be honest with you, I've run into a lot of people who just don't want to be educated. They want to get it easy. You got a job, you already got a 9 to 5, a 10 to 10, whatever the case may be, and you just want to make a little money on the side. So you want it to be easy. That's why, and I'm going to switch a little bit, but that's why you find a lot of people getting caught up in these groups and these people who are supposed to be teaching you how to do things. That's why you get caught up and you fall for the okie doke, because you listen to words like simple, easy. It's sales tactics, right? It's sales tactics. People listen to words like simple, easy, because you already got a full-time gig and you don't really feel like you got time to do anything else. But I'm gonna tell you, if you understood the power of running a side business, if you understood the power of running a side business, not just the money that you can make from it, but the power of running a side business and being set up properly, then you take advantage of it. But most people don't want to do that because it's time consuming. It takes time. But yeah, so just like sublimation, and I'm gonna tell you, if you took time to understand sublimation, understand how it works, you can understand that sublimation is just like printing money. It really is. It's just like printing money. It's not that difficult when you understand the rules behind sublimation. But when you don't want to follow the rules, what ends up happening is people end up not having. So I'm going to say it like this. When you involve rules, it's no longer fun, right? How many people agree? Crafting is fun as long as I can do what I want to do and do how I want to do it. But when there's rules involved, you kind of lose the fun part, right? You kind of lose the fun part. Well, I'm not talking to anybody who want to have fun right now. We attract a lot of crafters. That's not going to stop. It doesn't matter if you see us on here selling sublimation blanks, if you see us selling screen print transfers, you mess around and flip the channel and you see me pressing the shirt, the first thing a crafter going to do is say, they're crafting. I'm tuning in. They're giving free information. So we're going to attract crafters. So pause for a minute. Do me a favor. If you're just jumping on and it's your first time, type a number 1 in the comments. That's a number 1 if it's your first time. All right. If you're coming back, we appreciate y'all for returning, but type a number 1 in the comments. And if you have not done so, drop your city and state to let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know where you're coming in from. This is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. We packing some orders. That's what you see me pulling screen print transfers right now. So it's not fun. It's not fun when there's rules involved, but you got to understand whether you're crafting and you're doing it for pleasure and you're giving it away, or you're doing it a side hustle and you're getting paid and you're really not organized, or you are a business owner, there's always rules to it. I mean, let's be honest. If you're a crafter, do you want to give somebody some sideways stuff? Do you want to give somebody some halfway stuff? Let's be honest. I mean, if I'm giving it away, does it make it any less important because I'm giving it away? Anybody? If I'm giving it away, I still want it to be good quality, right? I still want to do a good job, right? So there's still going to be, it's still going to be some rules to it. So it's just really how you look at it. It's really how you look at it. You need a couple of sublimation transfers that's custom. We got gang sheets. We got gang sheets. Okay. So you can go to the website, go ahead and look at printing and transfer services, and you can submit your gang sheet. Ryan, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping on. So either way you look at it, it's going to be some type of organization. You go to a job and you're like, man, I really don't want to deal with this because it's too much structure. Well, structure is what keep money in your pocket. Talk to me, y'all. Who out there want to make an extra $200 to $300 a month? I'm not going to be ridiculous with it. Who would like to see an extra $200 to $300 a month? I don't have a class to sell you. I don't have what is it, baby? PLR. I'm not selling digital content. I'm not selling a pipe dream. Who would like to make an extra $200 a month? That's $2,400 a year. That's life changing for a lot of people. Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to get yourself a heat press. That's going to be important. You got to get you a heat press. And most people are not going to want to make the sacrifice to stop drinking as much, to stop smoking as much. I'm going to be real. Some people are going to sign off. Some people are going to double tap and like the video. Some people are going to just say, hey, I don't want to talk to you. Some people are not going to make the sacrifice to stop shopping. Some people are not going to make the sacrifice to stop eating out. Some people not going to stop. They're not going to make that sacrifice to invest. That's right, in yourself to make an additional amount of money because you're looking for free. A lot of those folks are looking for free. They're only looking for someone saying, hey, you know what? You can get started for nothing. Well, I'm going to tell you, man, even if it's time, even if it's sweat equity, you ain't getting started for nothing. It's going to take some time. Whether they're giving you classes for free, it's still going to take time to watch the classes. At some point in time, you're going to have to watch the whole video because even though the person that's giving the content, sharing the content, may not be sharing a process with you the entire time, they may say something. They may say something that might touch your spine. They may say something that may reach your soul. And because you didn't watch the whole video, you didn't get what was supposed to be given to you. All you wanted was the quick and the fast. I'm gonna do some content, man. I'm gonna do some content because I got some real to me funny stuff that's gonna that some people gonna be able to relate to. But let's just think about this. The pandemic, it's about 5 years ago now, right? About 5 years ago, it's a pandemic. Crafters came out of the woodwork. And I mean, from them undercover crafting, making stuff for their family all the time, to now all of a sudden, they're coaches. They're subject matter experts, right? They're giving classes. And now what happens is the people who are desperate to make money because they didn't have something on the side and they lost their business, the people who are desperate to make money, they following these clowns. I said it. I thought that was it. Yeah. Y'all following people out of desperation. You following people. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody got a machine now. Everybody cutting with a Cricut or Silhouette. What is it? What you got over there? A Cameo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can tell I ain't no crafter. I don't know none of this stuff. I'm just talking. But as a business owner and business minded, you start thinking about, do I want a quick lick? Do I want a quick flip? Or do I really want to make some money? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Everybody was selling sublimation paper Everybody was selling sublimation ink. People were selling sublimation blanks. And don't let me speak about Big Boy. Don't let me speak about when DTF came to the surface and everybody started getting popular with DTF and they started getting access to DTF. People just started selling ink and film and they just started, branding. There's nothing wrong with that. But I seen some real big heavy hitting names. I've seen some real big heavy hitting names that built a following. I'm talking about 60,000 people, 80,000, 100,000 people that they were following. The people were following them on different platforms. They had 6-figure people following them on different platforms, and they couldn't decide what they wanted to do. They couldn't decide if they wanted to sell sublimation blanks. They couldn't decide whether they wanted to start selling paper or ink. They couldn't decide whether they wanted to give classes. They couldn't decide whether they wanted to do content creation. They couldn't decide. Let us get 100,000 followers on several platforms. Let us have about 500,000 followers across the platforms. I'll show you better than I can tell you, because we've been consistent. We've been adding things to our business, but we've been consistent. We've not been jumping from pillar to post. And you as a business owner, you as a crafter, as a side hustler, anybody who has your attention, you have to understand wherever your attention goes, that's where your money flows. And people who are desperate with their back up against the wall, man, they're ready to do anything. And unfortunately for some of you guys, people took advantage of that. So now you're saying, all I want to make is a couple of $100 a month. Well, you know what? It's just like going to work. You got to clock in. And if you're serious about making an extra couple of $100 a month, you got to be consistent. You got to clock in. You got to go to work every day until you build that. And you may be able to amass more than that couple of $100 a month. I'm talking about putting yourself out there, not just on social media, but mingling with people. Well, I'm not a social person. You don't have to be. You ain't social, but you still go to work. Come on, y'all. Drop your city and state, double tap the screen. If you have not been to the website, check us out. No, we don't have sales today, but our screen print transfers are 25% off every day. We have fans. We have Clack Fans that are for sale. Clack Fan transfers. We got a buy-in going in. We got sublimation blanks back there. All type of stuff. If you go ahead and check out the website, you will see exactly what we have. If you're looking for custom items, if you're looking for custom sublimation prints, you can go there as well and get those custom sublimation prints. When you're desperate, you liable to do anything, man. You liable to do anything. But that's a conversation that I'm going to have later on, and I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to have fun with it. Latrice, what's going on? Latrice say, fact. Let me see. Not everybody was seeking good quality paper. I learned real quick. Absolutely. It's funny. It's funny how I see people who were selling their own paper are now not selling their own paper, but instead of them connecting with somebody and promoting someone else's paper, since they're not selling it and they got a large audience, instead of them saying, hey, you know what, let's do a collaborative deal. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a deal where, I bring the people in and I get a portion of, it's called affiliate marketing. They would rather go to a place that's selling subpar paper and use that paper. Hey, I'm not going to call no names, man. But I mean, if y'all paying attention, you know what's going on. You're probably saying, well, why is he talking about that? Well, I'm just minding my business. Because my business is to attract customers. And when I see people being attracted to foolishness, it kind of hurts my heart because I want to see everybody do well. I do. I want to see everybody do well. I want to see everybody win. And the problem is, everybody ain't winning because we're looking for shortcuts. Imagine this. Imagine if you had stuck with something for 6 months straight, a year straight, 2 years straight. Imagine how much of your clientele you would have grown just by being consistent. Latrice and I was talking about that. The print goddess, the print goddess and I were talking about that the other day. Consistency. People make money being consistent. When you go to work consistently, when you clock in consistently, your check look like 40 hours instead of 32 hours. Your check look like 40 hours instead of, I took some time off and I ain't had no sick days. Same thing. So, like I said, man, we packing some orders. This is like this is like one of the days that we have the most action going on Friday, because we have a lot of people who take advantage of these $1 screen print transfers, and they are single color. Do you know how many t-shirts you can make in an hour with these screen print transfers? Hot peel, press and go, press and go, press and go. We were live yesterday, and we always get this question. They want to know if you make custom screen print transfers. Everybody wants to know that. Well, short answer is no, we don't make custom screen print transfers, but we do create custom screen print transfers for people who want large quantities. We just had a customer that, how long did it take the transfers to get in? About 10 days. Yeah, it depends. But we just had a customer that ordered some transfers and they got in about 10 days. Now that may not happen every time. But the whole idea is everybody wants custom and they want to get 1 or 2 screen print transfers. They want to get 1 or 2 screen print transfers. And I got to be honest with y'all, man. I had this conversation with my wife all the time. And I know it's not a popular thing to say, but let's be honest. How many people do you have following you right now? Y'all do me a favor. Whatever platform you're on right now, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Facebook, or whether you're on YouTube, I want you to type the number in the comments, how many people you have following on the platform that you're currently viewing from, or subscribe. Anybody want to participate? How many people do you currently have following or subscribe to you right now on the platform that you're currently on? I'm going to see if anybody's going to play the game. Anybody going to play the game? Nobody? Okay, that's cool. I'll talk about something else. How many people do you currently have following you on the platform that you're viewing right now? All right. I see it's a little time delay. Anybody on Facebook or YouTube want to share? I got 2,200, got 1,491, may as well say 1,500, another 1,500. Okay. Nobody over here don't want to participate right now. So here's the deal. You say you want a custom transfer. How many are you willing to order? How many are you ready to order? And with your amount of followers on your platforms across, thank you, I appreciate it, 200. The amount of customers that you have on your platforms across the board, do you think that your customers or your followers are locked in? Because everybody who's following you on the social media platforms, they are not your customers. That's a hard pill to swallow. You did a video where you was creating an item or a product, and you had a whole bunch of people comment, and they said, "Oh, that's nice." And some people even said, "Hey, I want one." How many of them actually gonna buy it? All them folks, they may be watching you, but that don't mean that they following you. It's a difference. 129 on Instagram. Yet, this is what's gonna make some people mad. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just being real. Yet, you asking us about a custom transfer. Yeah, hopefully they're asking for custom for an event. That's the boss over there said. Well, hopefully they're asking about custom for an event. But even at that, you feel like your one idea, and I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm keeping it real. Some people ain't gonna be able to take this. That's why the views are going down. You're gonna think that your idea is gonna supersede everything. It's gonna blow up and go viral. That's the difference between somebody being realistic and somebody being delusional. Instead of doing a view, glancing around the crafting arena, glancing around the consumer arena and seeing what's selling, and then either creating something similar or buying something similar to add value to your customers. We got a whole faith-based collection. Out of all these transfers, and we got over 100 transfers, out of all these transfers, I think I created 3. 2 of them were a recreation. 2 of them were a recreation. One of them was an original. And I can't really say that it was original because nothing under the sun is nothing new under the sun. You gotta find something that's already selling. That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow for somebody who don't understand business. That's a hard pill to swallow for somebody who in love with crafting. But you said you want to make $200 extra a month. You want to make $200 extra a month, or you want to be, thanks for the gift. You want to make $200 extra a month, or you want to be attached to the process. I'm loving the results. I care less about the process. I'm gonna go through it. But we're so much, and this is what I've learned. We're the type of personalities, we're the type of people who have to be edified. We have to be glorified. We have to be patted on the back. We got to be patted on the head. We got to be told that we're doing a good job. But isn't your lights being on? Isn't groceries being in your refrigerator and in your cupboard? Isn't the fact that you got gas in your vehicle and that your family's not wanting for anything and you got an extra couple of dollars in your hand that you're not living and struggling paycheck to paycheck? Isn't that edifying enough? I'm gonna lose a lot of people, man. I'm gonna lose a lot of people. We just talking, man. You know, we just talking. And don't worry about me. I'm a weirdo. I got a weird way of looking at stuff. I look at stuff as I see my wife over there working right now. I look at stuff like, man, I'm tired of seeing her work hard. Like when she was doing crafting, and I said, hey, you know what? We should start selling sublimation blanks instead of just, you making all this stuff. How about we start selling blanks to crafters instead of you just making all this stuff? And she stopped working as hard. I mean, she was still working hard, but in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I can count, man. She's still working hard, but she's working hard in a different way. You having enough money to pay your bills, isn't that a pat on the back enough right there? I'm just saying. You not having to tell your kids, no, we can't go here, and no, you can't have that because I ain't got enough money. Not because they don't deserve it, but because the job that you have is just not paying enough. But you come here and you learn how to press shirts and you learn how to order, and you learn how to do inventory, and you learn how to. I'm just saying, shouldn't that be enough? Y'all don't get mad at me, man, because I know we get mad at each other real quickly because we be in our feelings. But the same people that you following since the pandemic, the same people that's been switching up on you since the pandemic, the same people that started out selling sublimation blanks, selling digital content, selling content, creation space, the same people who've been selling girdles and perms, and they still been crafting on those are the same people you've been following. They ain't talking about this. All they talking about is sucking their teeth, talking about girl and this, that, and the other, and they just hood, rich, and ghetto. But they talking you out of your money. Man, let me stop. Y'all gonna be mad at me. That's why here at the Blank Spot, we're not as popular. Because we educate differently over here. Where your money, where your attention goes, is where your money flows. And if I can get inside your head, and if I can convince you that you can make money if you take my $500, $600, $700, or $1,000 class, if I can convince you that if you buy my membership every month, but I'm giving you replays, stuff that you can go find on social media somewhere, if I can convince you of that, I got your money. And if I got your money, I got your attention. And you ain't gonna open up them classes. You ain't opening up that training. You're not gonna look at it really hard. You know why? Because the person that sold you this, and this is just business 101. The person that sold you this and that keep on selling you this, they understand sales. And they understand that you locked in at your job. You ain't locked in on your legacy. You locked in on your job. You locked in on your job, not your legacy. Which means that you would rather continue to follow somebody who making you feel good than follow somebody who educating you on how to be good. See, all the people that's looking for classes on how to make stuff, making stuff ain't hard. I'm not that great. I learned how to make some stuff. You can make some stuff and you can keep on doing and get good at it. But it ain't about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep. And the problem is, if you making $200 a month, but you spending $500 on classes, and your 200 ain't growing, then are you winning? Are you winning? I'm just saying. Don't nobody want to hear me though. So guys, if you're just jumping on, this is the Blank Spot. We're a Sublimation Blanks t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. This is not the most popular conversation because I know for a fact that I'm stepping on toes. You know how I know I'm stepping on toes? With the amount of people that's on here, ain't too many people saying that. Some people saying stuff. Ain't too many people saying that. Because of that toe action. And it's funny, man, because we got people that are local here to Columbia that I had conversations with. And it's just like an abusive relationship. I guess I don't know if I can say that on social media, but it's just like somebody being mistreated. They know they're being mistreated, but they just can't stop. They know that the people that they following ain't no good, but they just can't stop following them. You know what I'm saying? They can't stop. They can't stop it. It's malignant, man. You know this person ain't good for you, but you just can't leave them alone. And I don't think that's funny. I actually think that's sad because that means that we as people don't think highly of ourselves. That's what that means to me. We don't think highly of ourselves. We don't think we're good enough to have better. What's going on, Mike? Man, listen, I'm just trying to stay above water, man. We packing some orders from yesterday. And I'm just doing a little chatting, just doing a little chatting. We educate differently over here. Tamara, how you doing? We educate differently over here. Grand Rising, John. Nobody likes to hear the truth. Most people are cool with their truth. It's human nature. I'm the same way. It's hard to swallow that pill. But I said this before, and I want y'all to understand something. The reason why people are easily being taken advantage of is because they're more worried about what people think of them instead of learning how to be unbothered. Did anybody see that little clip I shared? You have to get to the point. If you're going to do this business, and I'm at 41 minutes, so I remember when I say this now. If you're going to do this business or any business, you have to reach a point to where you are unbothered. You're unbothered by what people say. You're unbothered by what other people are doing. You staying focused in your lane. You're doing what's best for you, your operation, and your family. You're learning how to grow and build. You have to get to the point to where you are unbothered. We don't want to be like little dogs, man. Every time a car passes by, we're chasing the wheels. That's how a lot of us are. May not be a great scenario explanation. That's how a lot of us are. And I'll say this today, and somebody will hear it tomorrow. Woo. And then that's why you got a wife, man. And then oh, it's right there. That's why. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll say this today, they'll hear it tomorrow, and they'll go back doing the same old thing. You know why? Because it just can't leave that person alone. You can't leave it alone. How many men out there? Type of number 2 if you're a man. You watching and you're a man. Type of number 2. I'm gonna share something with you. Type of number 2 if you're a man. Ain't that many on there? It's got some on here. I know Mike in here. I know John on here. Rise on here. Got a couple. I know Big Boy over here. I don't know if he's still there or not. I'm about to share something with you. What I'm saying to you is the same thing about a man and a woman. A man finds a woman, man, she's the most beautiful thing in the world. She got the curves. She got the look. I mean, she decked out. But she ain't no good for him. She expensive. She keep him spinning. What's up? She keep him spinning. She keep his pockets empty. And he got friends that say, hey, man, you know what? You need to leave her alone. You need to let her go. But you just can't let her go. That's the same thing about how some of y'all ladies, because it's mostly women that's doing this thing, are following y'all sisters. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all following y'all sisters? Y'all crafting queen girls? Y'all following y'all girlfriends? Y'all cousins and all this stuff? I mean, let's be honest, man. It's good to you, but it ain't good for you. And you just can't leave it alone, man. You can't leave it alone. You know it's rotten in your teeth. You know eating all that candy is going to mess your mouth up, but you just can't stop eating that candy because we don't have the discipline that's required to stay focused. Find somebody that's doing something that's going to help us get to the next level, that's going to help us to elevate. We can't do it because it's an excitement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but she's showing me her car, and she's showing me her condo and her $1 million house. And he's showing me, you know, his additions to his house. What does any of that have to do with you building for you? How is it that we think that what somebody else has and what somebody else is showing us is beneficial to us? Do you have the desire, let alone the discipline, to be a go-getter and do your own thing? Do you have the discipline to go out there and do what's required? We said, well, it's motivational. What should be motivating you is that balance in your checking and your savings account. That's what should be motivating. What's your question? What's your question, Kendra? That's what should be motivating. Not what somebody else got. I'm just saying. I don't know. In a little while, I'm just gonna be that old guy that don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? In a little while, I'm gonna just be that old guy that just be talking, man. I know people don't like me, but guess what I am? I promise you, I'm unbothered. The fact that people don't like me or like what I'm saying or how I say it is irrelevant. Eventually, we're gonna have to understand that the truth and knowing the truth is what's gonna set us free, and it's gonna free us from all this foolishness. Anyway. Anyhow, if you're just jumping on, do me a favor, drop that city and state, double tap that screen, let us know where you're tuning in from. Kendra wants to know if she can ask a question. So I'm gonna see if Kendra, I don't know if you can come on or not, Kendra. I don't know. Go ahead. I just sent you an invite, Kendra. You can get on stage. It's Tallahassee, Florida. That's what's up. So, if you have not figured it out yet, I am not a crafter. If you haven't figured it out yet, man, I ain't no crafter. Amarillo, Texas. That's what's up. I'm not a crafter, man. We've been in business for the last almost 11 years. And I am sort of a people person, but not in the sense that you think. I watch people and I pay attention to our surroundings. And I think it's funny when we start being able to point out different things and situations. I look at that. It's unfortunate that after this conversation, the people that's on this live, they're going to go back doing the same thing that they were doing before. That's very unfortunate. But I understand. And it's a choice. It's a choice. So when you get tired of being mistreated in this crafting industry, when you get tired of being misused and abused, when you get tired of being taken advantage of, and you want to start improving, it's not hard to make an extra couple of $100 a month making things. It ain't got to just be t-shirts, but it ain't hard. You got to want to do it. You got to want to do it. And it's not going to come as easy as you think. It ain't hard, but it ain't easy either. It's going to take some discipline. Yeah, I got one on here that I can't see. So once again, we are a t-shirt, sublimation blanks and t-shirt supplier. We're located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina, guys. Here's our website, theblankspot.com. What type of transfers do we carry? I'm glad you asked. Of course, we carry sublimation transfers, some that are ready to press. Very simple. You're going to get instructions with every transfer that you get, ready to press transfers. We use our own sublimation paper and we sell it as well. Sizes 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17, and 13 by 19. We also have some paper rolls, 8.5-inch paper rolls in stock. 13s are not in stock, and we got 24-inch paper rolls. We also have our own ink. Transfers, single color screen print transfers. You see me packing them right now. Full color screen print transfers. Chenille patches, rhinestone transfers, all are ready to press. It's easier, believe it or not, it is easier to make money with items that are already ready than it is for you to try to make your ideas go viral. Somebody's going to miss that one. And you'll say, well, but I got a great idea. Yeah. But is it a God idea? Everybody got great ideas. Is it a God idea? We like to believe that our ideas were inspired by God. But God gives us the ability to understand right from wrong.
Man, the myth, legend.
The man, the myth. How many? He gives us common sense. He gives us common sense, man. The funny thing about it, we just give it back. You know what I'm saying? You notice that? He gives us common sense, man, and we give it back because of what we want. I mean, let's be honest, man. How many of y'all, and be honest, how many of y'all are having a challenging time? I'm going to choose my words. How many of you all are having a challenging time with your business right now, with your side hustle? How many of y'all having a challenging time? Type me. I'm not here to judge you. Having a challenging time. Some of y'all been on my lives before. I'm not saying I got all the answers, but I am the truth. And I tell the truth. You dig what I'm saying? That's one thing y'all gonna know about me. If you've been on here a couple of times, you know I'm gonna be consistently telling the truth. A lot of us have problems or struggle in our business because we're trying to do things our way. You got to stop looking at it from a customer's perspective, from a consumer's perspective. You got to stop saying, hey, this is what I want to sell, and find out what's selling. I promise you, man, the majority of the people that's watching this live or that's going to see this replay, they are going to be somebody who's making something. I can't call everybody a business owner. I can't say that. I can't say that everybody's a business owner, but the majority of the people that's going to see this, they're going to either be crafting or they're going to be making something. And you want to make some money too, but you're so stuck on what I want to do instead of looking around to see what's selling. And the reason why I say that, because it's going to be about 1 to 2% of the people in this country that are business owners. The other 97 and 98% of people are just buying up stuff. So you're probably saying in your circle, man, everybody doing the same thing. Do you know there's 331 million people in this country that you can sell to? Potentially. And you only see a small fraction of the people that's doing the same thing, because that's who you surround yourself with. That's the type of content that you put out. That's the type of people that are attracted to you. You're gonna do a class on how to make something, and guess who you're gonna attract? Either people who are currently making something trying to get better, or people who want to start making something. Instead of showing the outcome, instead of showing the results, and doing your best to attract customers, people who are ready to buy, we keep on attracting consumers. Or should I say, my bad, we keep on attracting people just like us when we're trying to attract the consumer. You got to think about it. All these people out here to sell to, and we just keep on attracting people who don't want to buy. How is that happening? How do we continue to create content that attracts people who don't want to buy? Because we're sharing what we want to share instead of sharing what's recommended. I'm going to be the most unliked person. But this right here, it's going to hit somebody because it's pressure. You're sitting around there trying to get views because it make you feel good. You're sitting there trying to get likes because it make you feel good. Do you know there's a lot of people that don't like our stuff, yet we still getting a lot of sales? That ain't a brag, that's a fact. Because people gonna do more watching than liking. Some people just like taking action. Come on. Y'all with me? Are y'all with me? We so worried about getting a like that we keep on creating content that keep on attracting the same people. Come on, man. But I'm the one that ain't making no sense. I just saw this, man. There you go. We on social media showing the whole process. Do you have any nursing transfers? I don't know. We got full color, not single color. Hold up. Let me flip this thing real quick. Oh, it was already flipped on. My bad. We got full color, not single color. There's another one in there somewhere. That's teacher right there. Oh, my bad. Yeah, so check them out. Go to the website, blankspot.com. You can go check out full color screen print transfers. That's for Comfy Creations. Wanted to know if we had any nurse transfers. Here's the thing though, man. It's never gonna be popular when somebody is telling you or giving you some recommendations or suggestions about how to improve your situation. Because the first thing people say is, don't tell me how to run my business. What business? What business? You're struggling. You just said it. And if somebody's willing to offer a little bit of free advice, suggestions, recommendations, if it applies to you, inhale. If it don't, exhale. You know what I'm saying? In order to have a business, you got to have customers. And if you're struggling and not doing well, and I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, but the first thing we get mad and say, don't tell me how to do my business. Well, I made a post this morning because I heard this the other day on social media. Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Stop taking constructive criticism from people who have never constructed anything. Man, that hit me right here. That hit me right here. It sent chills down my spine, all down my body. Stop taking constructive criticism from people who have never constructed anything. We don't like that, D. That one there hit hard. That one hit hard. Now that's pressure. You sitting there listening to your girlfriend or your guy friend who ain't never did nothing but work the job. And they showing up to work late. They ain't even on time. But the first thing that happened, right? The first thing that happened, we want to take constructive criticism from them because they just trying to help, right? They don't mean no harm. They just trying to help. They just trying to help instead of telling them to kick rocks. instead of telling them to stay in their lane, you don't want to hurt their feelings. Or just ignoring them altogether. See, what you got to learn how to do, is stop being so super sensitive and start stopping people where they are. Put them in their place. Because see, the same person that's trying to give you some constructive criticism that never constructed anything, that's the same people that's speaking into your life. It can be a relative. You know what I'm saying? It could be a relative. It could be a close friend. Watch this. This is gonna really hit some people. It could be your pastor. But hey, don't be talking about my pastor like that. If your pastor ain't never had no business, all he can do is pray for you. Them facts. If your pastor's only had failed businesses, all he or she can do is pray for you. Y'all better get some wisdom about yourself. I'm telling you. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Don't get me started, man. I'm telling you. We're so wrapped up into trying to appease everybody. But if they ain't never did it before, how they gonna speak on it? And if they did it before and they ain't had no success in it, the only thing they can do is tell you where they went wrong. Or tell you what they did so you can see possibly where they went wrong. I'm just saying. Everybody ain't gonna agree with me, and that's cool. I ain't come on here to get liked. This is our platform. I ain't had nothing else to talk about while I'm packing these orders. So you know what I'm saying? I just thought I started talking about this. You know? I thought I started talking about this. It punches you in the stomach when you hear some of this stuff. But you got to understand, I know that if you got a relationship with God, I know that it's something that's in your spirit that's being said. When you're getting advice, recommendations, and suggestions from somebody that don't line up with what you said God told you to do, I'm just saying, man. Anyway, I've been on here long enough. And ain't nobody bought nothing yet. You doggone right, I said it. Ain't nobody, I ain't see my thing, I ain't see my little clicker turn at all. This is our orders right here, y'all. This is our orders. It's not a lot. We've been in business for 4 years. And this is how many orders we have amassed in the last 4 years. Y'all can't see it. It's 15,426. Actually, more than that. Why it says more than that? Huh? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Wealthware is where we first started, and then we got some custom orders too. So yeah, a lot more than that. Amazon, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Amazon, Etsy. Yeah. So we got probably got well over 16,000 orders. Anyway, that's what it is. But I ain't seen this thing click yet. So here's what I want y'all to do. Go to the website. If you feel like I've given you some value, don't send me no gifts. I don't want no gifts. All right. I'll be honest with you. I ain't afraid to ask for the money. If you got some value off the conversation, because here's the time to collect. Y'all just like the pastor going around and preaching. Then the collection plate come in. Don't be getting squirmish now. Don't get squeamish now. Go ahead and pull them wallets out, pull them debit cards out. If you ain't got it, we got an ATM in the back. Go ahead. It's time to go ahead and collect. Go to the website, theblanksspot.com. For all of you guys out there who like free information, you just got some. Now it's time to pay the piper. Go ahead and check us out, man. See if you see something you like. All right. See if you see something you like. The whole idea we come on here is to build. This one got to be cut.
You got 2 orders over here.
Yeah, this one got to be cut. That's why I haven't done that.
Okay.
I retired.
Okay.
That's fine.
I was just checking to see what was on it.
Actually 3 because I got to do that one over. But yeah. So this is the time that you dig deep into your pockets. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. This time you dig deep into your pockets and go ahead and invest in our business by investing in yourself. And if that's you, some of you guys purchased yesterday. I appreciate it. Some of you guys purchased yesterday. I appreciate it. I don't expect you to, come back unless you see something you want. But for those of you first timers and you interested in seeing what we have, we are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Check us out. We have more than just what you see behind us. We got lots of things. So go to the website, check us out. This is it's been a great conversation on my part. I mean, thank y'all for jumping on. So, like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. We will see everybody at the top because there are too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.